Okay. So this is going to be a full plan with me video. So obviously, this was a long video. So, of course, I had to speed up certain sections just to make sure I was able to give you guys a glimpse into how I actually sit down and plan. So for me, I start off with a notepad, a piece of paper, the back of an envelope, whatever I can, and putting pen to paper. So I write out and I break this down. So what do I need to do this week? Personal. What appointments do I have this week? What do I need to do for work, if there are like reports or meetings, or if I need to go into the office, if I have a Zoom call, because I need to make sure that, my outfit is appropriate and I'm not looking like I just came from the gym. So I write all of those things out. What do I need to do for my son? Is there anything I need to do for my mom? Or any house project, any outstanding follow ups. I write all of that stuff out. What do I need to do for YouTube? What do I need to do for Instagram? Um, do I need to do anything? I have a Poshmark closet. Do I need to do anything for that? So I am literally writing out everything. And this cute little notepad, that quote that I love on this notepad was actually in the way this week because you see, I had to draw a line and then make an additional space. But before I even open up my planner to even figure out what I'm going to lay down, this is what I'm doing in advance to make sure that I'm setting myself up. So I am still using Jane's Agenda, the daily pages that came in the September sub box, as a kind of a partner and a test out to see how I would like it. So Monday is going to be the last day for that particular set of inserts. They were dated, so that was the reason why I said, let's give this a try. Plus, it allowed me to see how many days would I really need a daily, and if that's something that I want to incorporate because I have some in my stash. So we are getting into tried and true. Classic size for me is Bay. This month is pretty much, it's a lot, but it's not a lot going on. So I don't have a lot of appointments and meetings going on work wise, but I am traveling next month. So it's kind of making sure everything is in place for my travel for next month, as well as I am launching Miss.com, the house keys blog. So that stuff needs to get done. And I am paying off a couple of credit cards and paying for some home renovations. So you guys know I talk about, I don't do a whole lot of decorating for my monthly. My monthly is very functional. You guys see, I got $2 down. Now for October, what I decided to do was do a mashup, and I probably should post that video. I did record it. I might have to do a voiceover for it, but I mashed up a monthly and a dashboard layout. So on the monthlies, I like that they have the 3 habit trackers for the month. You have a section to write down your top 3 priorities. You have a section for like a master checklist, and then you have sections for brain dumping. So for me, I like those types of pages, and this was easier than me mashing up the productivity layout that I had. So I have an undated productivity planner that I was using. The lined vertical pages are okay. I just, actually, truth be told, I prefer a dashboard layout. So I do have 2 birthdays this month. So most definitely went in, wrote those in. I used small boxes from Agenda 52 for the bills that I have due this month. So I include even the bills that I have on auto pay. So my mortgage, water bills, internet, credit cards, all of those things. My son has a doctor's appointment. I have a dentist appointment. We both actually have cleaning scheduled for this month, and then it's OBGYN time. So, the and I'm about to say annually, but I actually go twice a year for a mammogram and pap smear. So all of those things are down here. What I decided to do, and I probably should have zoomed in a little bit, but also, do y'all really need to be all in the church's business to see what I'm writing down on here? I did take some time out to write out what are some of my monthly goals. Now, these goals that I'm putting on here are more habit stacking goals. So these are things that I want to incorporate into my morning routine and my evening routine. So for me, my evening routine, I started probably the middle of September of not taking my cell phone to bed. So at one point, because my alarm, I wasn't first of all, I turned my alarm off. So I was actually waking up when my body was ready to wake up. That's a whole nother video. Cause some days I was still getting up at 4:30 like clockwork. Some days I was getting up 5:30. And now that I'm trying to, not that I'm trying, now that I'm incorporating more things into my morning routine before I start work, I need to get back to getting up between 4 and 4:30 consistently every day so I don't feel like I'm rushing before I actually log in to work. The top 3 priorities are a great way to take those larger goals or the brain dumping that you've done and figure out what are the top 3 things that I want to get done this month. So for me, obviously, it is getting the website up and running, making sure all of the links work, making sure that the email I have attached to it is on par. So that way, if you guys send me an email, I'm actually getting it. It's not going to the oblivion. Making sure that aesthetically the website is pleasing and that it's easy to navigate. So back into meal planning. So I meal prepped on Sunday. So I already knew what meals I was going to be using. So that is what I'm going to be using that top left hand box for on the dashboard. You can use this for an array of things. I've used it for social media posts. I would write down the theme for my stories, or if I was going live, or what I was doing on what platform. So that was most definitely helpful. And you guys see, I am trying to make sure I use all of the stickers. So I had a couple of credit card stickers left on top of that Agenda 52 page. Let's just go ahead. We know when these credit card bills are due. Let's go ahead and flip it to the next page. The dolls are from Goldmine CoCo. This is a old sub box. I think this is from an old sub box set. So I will link Goldmine CoCo down there, but you're not going to get a link to these exact stickers because I'm shopping my stash. And they are actually doing washi style stickers, which I'm gonna tell you guys I love for my journal and in my planner because it cuts down on the bulk. So you'll see me flipping through a lot of sheets with half of the stickers missing, half of them going. I am trying to get through a lot of these sheets. Once I come back from vacation in November, we are moving back into project stash down of pulling out sheets that I've already started doing this, but keeping them on my desk and making sure we are actually going through them. This is a sticker book from Isa Ella Jules. I completely forgot what was even in the sticker book. So, but then I was like, oh, I know where I can pull out some quotes. I forgot that a lot of her sticker books have quotes. Now, for me, the majority of her sticker books, I feel like, are really good for journaling. There are most definitely some items in there, the boxes and stuff like that that can use for planning or journaling. But I use a lot of I use the sticker books that I have from Isella Jewels more in my journal than I do in my planner. So we are not going to be super decorative. We're using a lot of icons, a lot of functional stickers. And truth be told, that's going to be probably a video that I make that's going to say, sis, maybe you need to put down some of the stickers and get to doing a little bit more writing, because we got to start being accountable to ourselves. Like, I'm not even going to tell you, when I flipped through the daily, when I was using the daily for Jean's agenda, I realized that like there were pages, first of all, majority of the pages on there were no stickers. There were no stickers. It was just pen to paper, because I felt like that's what my daily should be. The weeklies usually is where I get more decorative, because the things that I'm writing on there are more high level. So I'm not writing in the details of what needs to be done. So it'll be create thumbnails for YouTube. Okay, so what thumbnails do I need to create for which videos? So that's where the daily did come in handy. But I'm thinking with this, with the left page being kind of open, and what I do is separate each section on the left side for a different topic, that I'll be able to write it out. So that way I don't need multiple planners, because I don't need multiple planners. What I really usually do need is multiple calendars, so monthlies, because I like to schedule out my YouTube videos. I like to schedule out Instagram posts. And because I have been working on a whole strategy, it is helpful for me to actually have additional monthlies to write in what I already have scheduled, what days things are going to be, and that just be the focus, versus trying to squeeze it on my calendar with my bills and appointments. So for me, it's more calendars and monthlies than actually a full planner. But that is something that I worked through to figure out, and I tested out several different theories. But yeah, so I wrote in, I told you guys I was using the top part for my meal planning. So I wrote in, I don't write in breakfast, because breakfast is pretty much the same thing. It is a smoothie in the morning, and usually the next solid food is a piece of fruit, a bagel, or egg, or sometimes it's a combination of all three. But it's like I'm never getting up and making, not during the week, Monday through Friday, I'm not getting up and making like pancakes and all of that. So it's either a boiled egg or sometimes a scrambled egg, a piece of toast with avocado. So I don't write in breakfast. So it's really just lunch and dinner that I'm writing in. The one thing I did need to make sure that I went back and wrote in is that I need to plan a date night for this month. And it just completely slipped my mind. I think because we both have things coming up where we're going to be traveling separately. So I think that's what made me forget that I plan a date night every month. I feel like you and your partner should do something, and we've been together for a long time. So it just keeps things a little spicy, and he was nice and sent me edible arrangements. I was like, let me see. So maybe when he comes back, I'll take him to Fleming's. But that was one thing that I needed to make sure I write down. Work wise, I don't put a lot of details in my planner, because my 9 to 5 job, I deal with people's personal information. So the only things that I'm writing down this week is we have a Zoom meeting. And when I get in on the 1st, which is Tuesday, I need to make sure that all of the reports are updated and accurate. Listen, anybody who has a corporate 9 to 5, you already know what it is when it's the end of the month, and your senior leaders and everybody else wants all of the reports and the productivities and the comparisons to the previous month, the last 6 months. And because we are at the end of the year, it's one of those things. So for me, these sections on the left left hand side, this is why dashboard is always going to be my go-to, because it allows me to write out the details. So on Monday, I'll write, don't forget to edit YouTube videos. So then on the left-hand side, I'll write, these are the links that I need to add to the description. I need to do a thumbnail. I need to schedule it. I've said description, yes. So you get to write out all of those details. But thank you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. And so you guys have a great day. Remember to love up on yourself and love up on those who love you. Peace and blessings.